Shell, mine, and grenade bursts destroyed buildings, killed people and animals. Everything that could burn was burning. The tragedy of the beginning of the war is shown through the images of horses. Their dummies are installed around the Manger showcase with horse harness items found in the fortress grounds after the war. Horseshoes, collars, bits, stirrups, chains. On the right wall, there are German photographs. Stables of the 125th Rifle Regiment, 22nd of June 1941. Horses in the Fort Countberg, June 1941. I. Dolotov, one of the defense participants, narrated. When fascist shells began to burst near the back wall of the White Palace, the wooden stables attached to it were the first to catch fire. Crazy with fear horses, with flowing manes and rolling whites of panic-stricken eyes, broke away from the building. They were dashing against the trees, jumping up again, and running. Their long drawn-out moaning was drowned in the roar of explosions, and there was no salvation in the space enveloped in war. The fights in the fortress assumed a character not anticipated by the enemy. There were organized several independent centers of resistance. The enemy was compelled to turn to the siege, using propaganda, thirst, and hunger against the defenders. On the 24th June, a meeting of commanders took place in the basements of the 33rd Separate Engineer Regiment, at which I.N. Zubachov, captain of the 44th Rifle Regiment, wrote Order Number 1. It was planned to unite separate forces of citadel defenders into a composite combat group. In incredibly difficult conditions, they continued to fight, made attempts to break out of encirclement. During breakthroughs, many people were killed or taken prisoners. The fights in the fortress continued until the end of June 1941. The last center of resistance, Eastern Fort, was seized on the 30th of June. The photographs and extracts from the operations record book of the 45th Infantry Division for the first days of the war, placed on the left of the Caponier wall, indicate the battles in this sector. But even in July 1941, there still remained the last defenders of the fortress. On the 23rd July 1941, Major Gavrilov Pyotr Mikhailovich accepted his last battle in the Caponier near the northern gates. He was taken prisoner on the 32nd day of the war. An improvised brick Caponier, an arch fortification for two-way firing covered with a thin layer of earth, leads to the third hall.